Hello, thank you for watching. Today we are going to work on part 6, start within chapter 18. So for part 6 is analyzing geospatial data. That's the last part of this book. So chapter 18 is preparing data for analysis. We're going to start with chapter 18, exercise A. And now the map shows when ArcGIS opens, the ArcMap shows the forest polygon layer and the fire weather zone polygon layer, symbolized by a dark red outline and hollow fill. The hollow fill allows the zones to be overlaid on top of the forest layer without obscuring it. Let me move. Okay. So we're going to open the attribute table of the fire weather zone layer. Okay. And then the fire weather zone layer has 32 zones, each represented by one record in the table. The fire zone attribute, where WX stands for weather, contains a unique identifier for each, ranging from 601 to 63A. The city Warner attribute contains an abbreviation indicating the 4 CWAs: Boise, Medford, and Pendleton and Portland. Each FWZ belongs to one of these 4 CWAs. Each CWA covers the extent of several counties. The area attribute shows how large each zone is in square feet. You want to dissolve the boundaries between FWZs, so you end up with 4 polygons representing for the 4 CWAs. Each one will include the representative FWZs. Okay, I'm going to move around and see here. Now we're going to click several records in the table and determine which CWAs the records belong to, and notice their locations on the map. When you are finished, we're going to clear selection. So now one, two, three, four. Yeah, there are 4 different kinds of them. So now we're going to click this. This is Boise. And now I'm going to hit Shift. And we're going to select everything for... Oh, I'm going to deselect this. And now this will be one zone called MFR. And there is one more. And for the PDD, so that's the 4 zones, we're going to dissolve them together. There's a second zone, and the last one is right here. There. Okay. We're going to close the table and going to search for the geoprocessing tool. We're going to click geoprocessing and search for tools. So we mentioned this before. The search window appears in may be tabbed or to side of the main ArcMap window, or docked. Right now it's docked here, not floating. So it is the same search window you used before. However, because you started it from the geoprocessing menu, it is automatically set to search for tools rather than maps or data. The search window displays many system toolboxes. Each toolbox has tools for related geoprocessing tasks. You can access tools directly from the ArcGIS58 window, but if you don't know exactly where a tool is, you should use the search window instead. In this case, you know you want to use the dissolve tool, but you don't know which toolbox it's in, so next you will search for it with the search window. So now we're going to type dissolve. Now you can see there are so many results come out. You can see solve from coverage and solve data management. And in the search result, we're going to click the solve data management. Be sure to click the title of the tool to open the tool dialog box. The link you're going to show here that you see in here. And we are going to look around, and you can see I have the tool help open here. And for dissolve, aggregates features based on specific attributes. Look at the picture. Input, you have many boundaries, and when output, we just have only 3 big boundaries. And the small boundaries in one defined zone, it has dissolved together into the one green, and this is blue, and the other is purple. So now we're going to close up the search tool, and then although each tool has its own functionality and settings, they all use similar dialog box with some common elements. For example, each tool has a show help button in the lower right corner that describes the tool and its settings. So tools that have lots of settings such as dissolve tool have a scroll bar to the right as an alternative to scrolling. You can realize the dialog box by dragging on the side of corner. Once you resize a dialog box, ArcMap remembers the new size and applies it to the next tool dialog box you open. So if the dimension of your dissolve dialog box are different from the graphic here in the book, you may have previously realized this or some other tool. That's fine. The dialog box can be whatever size you like. The dissolve tool requires that you select an input layer of features to dissolve a location where the newly created layer will be saved on disk, and an attribute on which to base the dissolve of the input features. You will set these selections next. So in the input feature list, we're going to click fire weather zones. The list of attributes on which dissolve can be based appears in the dissolve fields box. You can save the dissolve as a shapefile, however, you will save it as a geodata-based feature class. Because the rest of the Oregon Forest data is in this format, you leave the Oregon Forest geodatabase intact. You will save the output to a duplicate geodatabase called My Oregon Forest that has been created for you. Now we're going to click browse button next to the output feature class box. On the output feature class dialog box, we're going to browse to the chapter 18. My data folder and my Oregon Forest geodatabase. And now we're going to save this layer as county warning areas. going to click Save. The output feature class information is updated. Now in the dissolve field, we're going to select City Warner Ridge. Check that. Select this. We're going to check the box. So for each set of polygons in the name of CWA, meaning that they are in the same WA, will be dissolved into a single feature. The 4 possible areas created from the dissolve are Boise for Boise, MFR for Medford, PDT for Pentland, and PQR for Portland. So ArcMap can also summarize the attribute values for dissolved features by a variety of statistics. To find out the area for each CWA, you will summarize the area attribute by the sum statistic type. This will total the area if in square feet of all FWZs dissolved into a CWA. You can also get the manual, the range, the standard deviation, and other measures of numeric attributes. So on the dissolve dialog box, we're going to scroll down to the statistic field area and click statistic field. And once you click that, and in the To Help window will explain the areas. So we're going to click area and add to the list. The field name displayed in the field column, the red circle with the white X, indicates that you still need to specify the type of statistic you want. We're going to click the first cell in the statistic type column. And from the drop-down menu, we're going to click this arrow and click Sun. We're going to click Run to run this tool. Click OK. So ArcGIS58 tools are executed in the background, which means you can continue working in ArcMap as the tool runs. You will see a progress bar at the bottom of the main window that displays the name of the current running tool. I'm going to click, and if you click here, and you're going to see it from here. When the tool process is completed, a pop-up notification appears in the notification area at the right of the tool taskbar. It will disappear in a few seconds. So now I think 10.4 didn't show up in my window, but hopefully it will show up soon. Before the pop-up notification disappears, you can click the tool name, a link, to open the result window. This window displays all the details running in ArcGIS tool, including what layers are dissolved, which fields are calculated, and a start, finish, and elapsed time. You can also access this information from the menu bar, Geoprocessing Result. The new County Warning Area layer is added to the map. So now we're going to go Geoprocessing and Results, and we can expand it, dissolve, and we can click the message and see what's happening for this tool. Succeeded in input, and we can look at detailed information from here.